By settling for a Truth, Justice and Reconciliation Commission to deal with crimes relating to last year's skirmishes, the cabinet is perceived to have opted for the easier route, despite the president's denial that the ministers had dropped the local tribunal option.
Una fitina mingi wewe. Ukweli uko na fitina mingi. How can we have failed? Where?
Prime Minister Raila Odinga, who was in Mombasa to close the Kenyan Ambassadors and High Commissioners Conference, was at pains to explain how the cabinet settled on the TJRC option.
So it would therefore be an exercise in futility for the government to go back to Parliament with the same bill for the Parliament to go and reject it. That is the reason why the government took the decision that it took yesterday to show leadership.
Justice Minister Mutula Kilonzo will have to come up with amendments to the TJRC Act to give it more powers to deal with post-election violence cases. This includes giving it prosecutorial powers. The commission could also be reconstituted to enable it carry out the expanded mandate.
What this country needs most is justice, truth and reconciliation.
But the Truth Commission was not intended to be the place where persons were going to be held criminally accountable.
Alongside the TJRC, the cabinet wants radical surgery in the judiciary and a reformed police force to enable the two institutions to investigate and prosecute those behind last year's chaos. However, the judiciary faces a serious credibility crisis in the eyes of many Kenyans, with fears of political manipulation if it will be tasked with the handling of the sensitive matter.
And it's not rocket science for any Kenyans to know that the judicial system leaves a lot to be desired.
If you want to use the High Court and to meet international standards, you would still have to amend our Constitution, Section 77, subsection 4, which says a Kenyan cannot be tried for an offense which was not a crime at the time the event occurred.
A joint statement by the ICC prosecutor Louis Mono Ocampo and a Kenyan delegation which included Mutula Ali this month states that both parties agreed that should Kenyan authorities carry out genuine judicial proceedings against those responsible for post-election violence, then Ocampo would not have any grounds to intervene and that impunity was not an option.
Thank you very much indeed.
However, despite the cabinet settling on TJRC and the local court, the International Criminal Court is still lingering, waiting to pounce should the government fail to comply with the Rome Statute. Francis